Hello, my fellow Taurians. Woohoo! We're back in the saddle once again. Welcome to your reading of November the 12th through the 18th, 2023. However, because I am working with the archangels this month, this is actually a timeless message, but the predominant information, the predominant high intense energies would be really to be worked through this coming week. Okay. So one of the things I'm doing a little bit different is I did do my meditations in between each reading. I am lighting sage just to clear the space. So you can see I'm actually lighting sage. So allow this to go in and cleanse your space for you. And I'm going to put this around my head, around my decks. I've already shuffled all the cards. And if you see smoke, it's because this sage is going to continue to burn for a little bit until it doesn't burn anymore. We'll see what that does. Okay, the second thing is, so I have these two crystals here that I was asked to work with. So when I sat down to do this round of meditations, I knew that I was going to be working with the archangels. As a matter of fact, I pulled an archangel for myself before I started doing this work today, which is located, it is Archangel Michael. If you go onto the YouTube, onto my channel, there is a little grouping in there called community. And that is where I can add notes or I can add messages to you or whatever. And I'm just starting to utilize that space because I find that it's really helpful because not everybody is, connected to my Facebook page, or they're not, we're not connected in any other way other than YouTube. So I am posting, I'm posting information underneath that column. So you can check that out, or maybe you get notified. I'm not sure how that column really works. But when I pulled my Archangel card, I got Archangel Michael, which I work with Archangel Michael every day. And as I was sitting down to do that work, I was guided to go pick up these two specific crystals that I've had in my possession for a while. These crystals are called sentient plasma quartz. I believe there's only one place on the planet that you can mine these. It's way up in some mountains. I had heard it was the Himalayas. I don't know, because when I've looked, I've seen other communications saying that no, it's Colombia. And then I have seen that it is the Himalayas, which would, Himalaya salt is what I always think of when I think of the Himalayas. But regardless, it was way, way, way up in the mountains. There's only one area that you can actually get these stones from. And what makes them very special, and I didn't know this at the time that I bought my first one. I had gone to a gem show when I lived back east, and I walked into this big, huge building. And normally the way that they set up these gem shows is they put all the good stuff, towards the front, like that's prime real estate, right? For whatever reason, I wound my way all the way to the back, and there was a woman that had, like, two big tables set up. She had all kinds of stuff on those tables. And I went directly to this crystal that was in a little tub like this big, and it was set aside. So it wasn't like you saw it right away, but for whatever reason, that's where I honed in on. And I picked this thing up, and I picked it up with my left hand, which I normally always reach for my right, with my right, because I'm right-handed. I picked it up with my left hand. I held it in my hand. I placed it by my heart. And within seconds, I was just sobbing like the worst ugly cry. And I was in this public place where I felt like a complete idiot. But you know what? It was my confirmation that this stone needed to come home with me. And because I had such a strong reaction, the woman that had this stone gave it to me as a gift. And I told her, I said, I can't accept it as a gift. Please tell me, what would you normally charge for this stone? And she says, no, I really want to give it to you as a gift. She told me what she would have charged for this stone, and I about fell off my seat. But she gave it to me as a gift, and I gave her a good tip. Now, it wasn't what she normally would have asked for this stone, but I figured I had to, that's the whole thing about energy is you have to have a nice exchange. And she gave me a gift, so I returned it by giving her a monetary gift, right? So I gave her a gift. She gave me this gift. And I've been working with this stone now for quite a number of years. It's really powerful when I work with them together. And as I am holding them, I can feel the tears welling up, and you can hear my voice starting to crack because the energy is just so powerful, Taurus. So I had to talk about these because this energy is infused into this reading. So it doesn't matter when you come across this message. If this message is meant for you, you will be picking up this energy, okay? And I'm using this energy in all of my readings for this round. Ooh, I had to put that one down because I'm getting all choked up. Okay, the second thing is I am a Reiki master teacher. I do work with energy. I've done energy healing for a number of years. I got my Reiki masters in 96, I believe. Reiki master teacher in 1996. 11 years as a massage therapist. I used Reiki in every single person I've ever touched. I can't turn my hands off anymore anyway. So if I touch anybody, if you are sensitive to energy, you would feel that my hands vibrate. They just normally have this energy that flows out of them. Anyway, so what I was guided to do, and I'm going to do this with all the readings this week, is I've been also guided to use this energetic aromatherapy spray. This is Archangel Metatron, and it is called the Sapphire Spray, and it is about divine peace healing, okay? The woman that creates these sprays is in the UK. Her name is Amanda Ellis. She still creates these sprays and does sell them. If you are into energies, you may be interested in working with this. And I can tell you, I've been working with these now for 6 years maybe, and I absolutely love them. So what my plan is, I'm going to spray some of this, and we're going to do some healing together. So I'd like for you to sit comfortably in your chair, rearrange yourself so that your feet are on the floor, okay? And then we're going to do a little bit of breath work. I'm going to spray this spray, and then I'm going to use my healing hands, and I'm going to send this energy out. And if you would like, all I need you to do is rub your hands together, right? And then put your hands up when I put my hands up, okay? And then we can share this energy, and it's going to go all the way around the globe. That's our intention. We are sending world peace around the globe as a collective. Doesn't matter when you do this, whenever you see this message and you do this with me, we are hooking up with everybody else and sending that energy out, okay? Okay, so now let's start with our breath work. We're just going to take one deep breath in, hold it at the top, release. I'm going to spray, and then we're going to do our energy work, okay? So take your deep breath in. Hold and let go. I call in Archangel Michael and I call in Archangel Metatron, to assist with this healing work. Oh man, this smells so, so good. I wish you guys could smell this spray. It's delightful. I don't know what's all in it. She does list all of the stuff on her website. But I don't really pay too much attention to that piece. Okay, so rub your hands together. Metatron, I ask that you hear our prayer, and I ask that we send the message of love, joy, and peace all through the planet, all around the planet, every living being. Every living being is going to be touched by this energy. You may feel something coming towards you, or you may not, and it's okay if you don't. Just know that it works. I can feel the energy flowing from my heart. I think when I was holding those two crystals, that was the intent, is to be able to utilize. Now, the thing about those crystals is that those crystals supposedly are able to go as high up as the 12th dimension. Now, whether they do that or not, I don't know. I can't discern. I don't believe I've been up that high. But we'll accept it, right? Okay. Thank you so much for joining me in that little bit. Okay, so now the other thing Spirit wants me to share is on the 13th is the new moon. As you know, this new moon, all the new moons are the times when we actually work on our manifestation. I have been teaching in my through my other videos, as we usually work on or around the new moon. I teach you that you take a blank piece of paper, you draw a big circle in the center, and then you put all the things that you want to manifest for yourself in the center. All the things you're ready to release, known and unknown, go on the outside of the center. You do that on the day of the new moon. That's going to be on the 12th. This month, that new moon is in Scorpio. The interesting thing about it being in Scorpio is that not only is it Scorpio, the normal Scorpio, but there's like this double layer of Scorpio. It's like Scorpio within a Scorpio within a Scorpio. I don't know. It's just, I don't understand astrology. I just know that people that do understand astrology say this is a big one. Okay. We've been building up to this energy for this month. But you do need to know that it is a energy of death and rebirth. You are going to feel it on some level. Something's going out of your life to make room for new. The thing about the Scorpio energy, it's about transformation. So anything that you may have been hanging on to that you have not wanted to release, maybe it has to do with shadow work, maybe it has to do with toxic relationships, maybe it has to do with just how you may speak to yourself sometimes. Maybe you don't, maybe you are a person that puts everybody else, because we are earth signs, put everybody else before yourself. Well, this is really challenging you to really start working on putting yourself first. It's not a selfish act, okay? This next week is going to be a big week. The thing about Scorpio is all about secrets. So it's about hidden things. This specific new moon is hitting on the chart in the area of finances. So as if you're paying any attention and you're recognizing that there's banks that are failing here and there, and Japan's got money problems, and China's flipping their money, I think, to the gold system. There's like all this stuff that's happening financially. Well, it's hitting that sector very strongly. on this new moon and around this new moon. So the thing is it's a big energy. So it's not going to be just that day. It's going to have a ripple effect, just like everything else does. The guidance I was given was be sure to tell everyone that you need to be like water. Okay, well, water and earth make mud. But the whole lesson is be like water and flow. You're just going to have to accept the changes that are coming in. Okay. Scorpio is about transformation, it's about empowerment, it's about our spiritual gifts, it's about death and rebirth, it's about secrets and the hidden things in life. So there could be some unexpected disclosures about the hidden side, the dark things that have been happening planetarily that may be coming up to surface. And the reason why it's so important is that Spirit did tell me in my meditation when I was getting all these messages that part of our reason for being here, we actually signed up, believe it or not. We put our hand up. They said, we need people to go down there and help Mother Earth transition. And as by doing that, it's going to put a big star, I guess, on your soul, whatever that means. I don't know, not a big star, but you know what I mean? It's going to help. So the people that are here on the planet at this time, even the people that are the normies, and you think, oh, they don't have any spirituality. Absolutely everybody does. It's just whether or not they remember that they came in at this time to do the work. And what is their agreement, right? Some people are going to transition. Not everybody's going to make it all the way. And that's okay. But what Spirit told me was just to make sure to tell you that you need to be very fluid. You need to be bendable. And I know that's really hard. We're a fixed sign. We like to dig our feet deep into the earth. But just even if you're doing that, allow yourself to sway. Okay? Sway as the wind blows. I don't know. Okay, so I've given you that message. Okay. I've given you all the messages. This is great. I'm going to pull a card, an oracle card from the Archangel Oracle deck by Diana Cooper. I'm going to pull a Spirit Junkie card because I just love them. And I got a new deck of tarot cards. Surprise, surprise. I know I'm obsessed, I think. I think it's my addiction is cards. But I did get a new deck and I love these cards because they've got amazing imagery. Like, look at this imagery. Just look at that. It's just, they're so pretty. And, you know, as I was reading in my last reading, look at that angel. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I realized that they remind me a lot of Cirque du Soleil. Is that how you say it? Cirque du Soleil? Cirque? I don't know. You know, that group that does like all the acrobatic stuff. They have all these really crazy costumes. Well, that's kind of this imagery, but this imagery kind of reminds me of, and I just have an affinity for that. Look at this. This is the King of Swords. Does he look ferocious to you? He's got angel wings. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to pull cards from this. At the very end, I'm going to pull your 5 main themes, okay? So your first card is, I got to get my eyes on. My kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. You know, and I know a lot of Taurus people, and we are very kind. We're great to have as friends. We care, we love, we share. It's all good. Kindness. And it's pink. Okay. Archangel, we have, ooh, I've never heard of this guy before. And obviously he must be the angel of dogs or wolves or something. Archangel Zariel, give and receive love and obey the spiritual laws. So here is this angel. And I've never heard of him. So I haven't worked with him. I don't know what he does. So he is this blue, violet, and gold. That's his resonant colors, gold and that blue. He is in charge of the dog kingdom. Whether they are domestic pets, wolves, fox, jackals, or wild dogs, all canines originate from Sirius and carry the Christ light. So he's helping to keep their hearts open and spread love everywhere they go, including the earth itself. He also guides them to understand the importance of family structure and to bring love into it. He teaches that spiritual discipline and true obedience not only keep them safe, but also enable them to walk their path with joy, walk their path through life with joy. When you love your dog, admire a wolf, or marvel at the ingenuity of foxes, you are connecting through them to Archangel Zariel. The Christ light then bonds you all in a web of love. Ooh, that's beautiful. As the canines learn about giving and receiving love, service to humans or the planet, independence, obedience, resourcefulness, or courage, Archangel Zariel passes these qualities through the links into your heart. So this message is a card of guidance to give and receive love. You are reminded of the importance of family life. If you are distant from your immediate relatives, it calls on you to examine the situation and reconnect at a higher level through the Christ light. You are asked to keep your heart open and hopeful. If you have close, loving bonds with your family, it recommends that you find ways to deepen the links with pure, unconditional love. This card also suggests that you adhere to spiritual laws, for this is the pathway to power with wisdom, joy, blessings, happiness, and love. Well, the whole reason why I wanted to read this card was because I wanted to understand, obey the spiritual laws. Which ones are they talking about? And I guess it's just spiritual laws in general. Power, wisdom, joy, blessings, happiness, and love. Okay. Zariel, Z-A-R-I-E-L. Archangel Zariel. And evidently he is the angel over the canine group. Okay, so now, Taurus, let's pull your cards. I've shuffled these cards a bunch, but I want you to see I'm shuffling them again. So I haven't stacked the deck. Not that I would, but here we go. So we need to know what your strengths are, what's helping or hindering you, and what your opportunities are for this week. There we go. 7 of Fire. King of Water. And 6 of Water. And I will get clarifying cards. So 7 of Fire is the 7 of Wands. Let's think about this a second. So 7s typically have to do with gaining experience. It also has to do with gaining experience, and has to do with confidence. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why my mind went so blank, like I couldn't think a thought. 7 has to do with that. So the fire energy has to do with our inspirations, our creativities, our passions, our motivations, and our intuition. This card in the Rider-Waite deck, the 7 of Wands, is a card of, it's a card of standing your ground. It's a card, if you remember, there's a guy that has a wand in his hand and he's up on top of a hill, right? And he's got all these wands trying to get him off the hill, and he's having to stand his ground. He's not going to give up the hill, right? So this is standing up for yourself. A lot of times that's really difficult for Taurus to do. Some of us are very vocal, and some of us don't have any problem telling anybody anything that's on our minds, right? But then there's the other of us who will shy away from confrontation. So basically what this is saying, and as you can see, we've got, oh, this is a unicorn. Look at that. Now that's magic right there. Magic. Ooh. Okay, and he's up on a hill, right? So he's standing his ground, and that's basically what this is. Now, as this is in your strengths, you will be able to stick up for yourself this next week in whatever situation you might find yourself in. But we will look more into that in just a minute. Your next card has to do with what is helping or hindering you, and you have a person in that space, and that person is the King of Cups. Now, this is our emotionally stable king. He's gone through a lot of crap to get where he is, right? Kings are about knowledge, and they're about expressing that knowledge. It's taken them a long time to get to where they are. And that knowledge has to do with how to manage all of your emotions, as well as being able to project those emotions in a healthy and stable way, right? So this is either somebody that you know, somebody that's coming into your life. This is in the very center of your reading. And you will be working very closely with this individual this next week. So we'll get some more clarification on this. But if you look at this, he kind of looks like, what's the guy that has the trident? Because he's got a trident right here, the king of the water guy. Didn't they just make a movie about him with Jason Momoa? What is Aquaman? But he's supposed to what? Represent Zeus or somebody like that? Is that who it is? Not Zeus, the water guy. I forget whoever that guy is. But you know what I'm talking about. You'll be putting it in your comments. Don, the water guy is, and I don't remember who he is. But anyway, we'll get more clarity on this King of Waters in just a second. Your second card is the Six of Cups. They call it the Six of Water here. Okay. This card, I'm trying to get a closer look. So sixes have to do with persevering and continuing, your forward progression. But the Six of Cups has to do also with nostalgia. It also has to do with our younger generation. So a lot of times when the Six of Cups comes up, and if we're talking about children, or we're talking about custody of children, or any of those things, if that card comes up, it's usually a very positive sign, because it's talking about those people in our lives. This card is a card about nostalgia, though. This is like looking back at different times of your life and utilizing those experiences in your current now time. Or it could be, some of you may be looking back at your life going, man, life was so much easier back then. Why is everything so hard now, right? But it's that kind of energy, and we'll get some more clarification on that as an opportunity here in just a second. Okay, so angels and archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, God of our heart, please give us clarity on this Seven of Fire for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know for their highest and best for this next week as an opportunity coming in for them with their expansion, their transmutation, and growth? Let me take off these glasses. Okay, here we go. Splitting the cards. Okay, so your Seven of Fire is, oh, that's us. Yes, the Hierophant. This is us. We are showing up big time in this reading. This has to do with our spiritual growth, by the way. This is So the thing about the Hierophant is the energy between the spiritual realm and the earthly realm. Okay. That's what we do. And as you can see by this picture, that's what she's doing. And if you look, she's got all of her tools here that she needs in order to be able to pull down that information for herself, right? That's us. We are the opportunity. Our next card is, oh, the High Priestess. Woo! Huh. Fair me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so our first opportunity was this Seven of Fire, standing your ground. This absolutely is standing your ground, but this is standing also in your sovereignty, okay? This is you owning your spirituality. This is bringing that energy right down to the ground, grounding that higher part of you to that lower part of you. And some of you may be experiencing a big shift up, like a graduation of sorts, because you are going to be really pulling this information down for yourself and owning it, okay? Because then, not only do we have the Hierophant, but we also have this High Priestess, okay? So if you look at those two energies, now she is another one that absolutely knows how to bring down her higher self. Like she knows how to tap into that energy. Typically, she is between the two pillars, right? And you have to kind of go through her in order to get to the spiritual realm. She can tap into both the spiritual realm and the earthly realm quite easily because of her gifts and her skills. She's highly intuitive. She is quite inspirational, right? So this is the energy of the High Priestess with this Hierophant energy. She's also about intuition. She's about mastery. She's about gaining unexpected knowledge of some kind. So I really do feel you'll be tapping into this energy with this new moon to become more solid in your Hierophant abilities and really tapping into your intuition, okay? But because it is an opportunity for you, you really need to work that. And actually, this is in your strength column. So you really are going to be working this energy this next week. Okay, so now we need clarification with this King of Water, please. Helper hindering our Taurus people, please. Angels, archangels, masters, guides, God of our heart, divine masculine, divine feminine energies. What does Taurus need to know? Okay, so our King of Waters is clarified by the Five of Earth. And the Page of Air. Oh, look at her. She's got wings. Okay. So what is helping or hindering is you do have the King. This King, this King of Cups, this emotionally stable King. But then you have this Five of Earth. The Five of Earth is an energy. This is typically Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is one where a person feels as though they have been emotionally, spiritually, physically left out in the cold. So it could very well be that you are feeling slighted in some way this week, or maybe this energy has been building and now it's front and center and you can't ignore it anymore. This card is one of this is a card that may be expressing in your life, but the other part of it may be that it's really easy to resolve. For one thing, you don't have to give it any of your energy and just go about your day. The other part of it is, if you're feeling slighted in some way, you can address it. Talk to them, talk to the person, right? Because this Page of Air, which the air has to do with swords, so this would be the Page of Swords. This is waiting for a message. Maybe you are going to give a message. You're going to give a message about this person or these people or this situation that you're feeling left out in the cold. Sometimes people will leave you out in the cold, not thinking about their actions really as to why they didn't invite you into a group or into a circle, or why it is that you weren't included in a conversation, especially if it's around your family, right? Because Earth is also around our family. So it could very well be that those are some of the energies that you're tapping into, right? And then I feel like either a message comes through that clears the air, or you give a message that clears the air and you move forward. Okay. Can we have clarity, please, on this Six of Waters in the opportunity section? Taurus, for our Tauruses. We would like clarity, please. Okay, here we go. Six of Water is clarified by the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So this is your opportunities. You have the Six of Waters. Once again, this is that nostalgic kind of card, looking at things that you may be bringing in to your awareness from your past. One of the things I want to say is don't get stuck back there, right? We're in a time where you can't get stuck in your past. You really need to be in the present, because you're a gift to all of us, especially since you're Taurus. We Taurians are gifts. Well, I think so anyway. That is clarified by this Nine of Fire. Now, this Nine of Fire is typically the wounded warrior, meaning that you may be feeling as though you're mentally, physically exhausted, tired. Maybe you don't have a lot of energy at this time because you've been giving so much of it away. So this would be a time for you to recognize that energy and do some self-care. That can help release some of that. And then the other thing about this nine is that it's a step saying that you're advancing, you're progressing, you're almost at this 10, right? This 10 of Wands. But the Nine of Wands is a card of really feeling beat up, like you've been through the gamut. You have gone through a lot. And you know what, Taurus? I agree with that. Like I think I shared in my last video with Taurus, was that, you know, I have been trudging through the mud for years and years and years, through the dark night of the soul. I had a big, huge loss, actually a couple of 3 or 4 losses in my life within the last couple of years that were really tough. And, you know, I did feel beat up. And I do find that I need more rest than I normally would, because, you know, we're working through a lot of energy. The other thing I want to say about the Nine of Fire is that there's humongous solar flares coming into at this time. And if you've noticed, if you look at the sun, if you remember from the time when you were young, when the sun was actually yellow, the sun is almost white now, because the sun is ratcheting up too. Everything, it's one of those things, like all the stuff is happening on the greater scale and it's just coming down to the micro, right? So this is the reason why Mother Earth is moving up in her process as well. And then this Four of Wands right here is a card of celebrations. It's a card of, as you can see, she's got her little lights up there. She's playing her flute. This card, the Four of Wands, is a card of celebration. So you could be celebrating something this coming week. It could just be, you could just be celebrating getting through the week. To be honest with you, I will do that. I'll celebrate because I get through this next week. I'm a funny dude. But that's what this card is. The other thing about this card on the Rider-Waite deck is that you have the 4 pillars, and then you have this big, huge, beautiful, lush swag. So it looks like you've got two pillars on each side, which I call it the 1111, which is, that is our spiritual number. That right there is our angelic numbers, right? So this is our angelic card, and there is an angel sitting right here on this rock. We're again working with the angels. So this is a card of happiness and joy. It could represent marriage. I know one of my Taurus friends just was proposed to last week. So shout out to my friend Unica. Congratulations, by the way. And so this could represent marriage. It could also represent partnerships, solidifying a really good partnership deal, like in a business or in whatever, right? Partnerships. Okay. Wow. This has actually been a great reading, you guys. Okay, let's now pull your 5 main themes. And your first one is the casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. And I just want to say, because this came up in another reading, and I just want to make the comment that if people go out of your life, it's meant to be that way. Spirit only brings the people to you that are meant to be in your life. I mean, it's you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as, hopefully it's not one of those situations where the person that is being taken out of your life is because, this person chose to do that, is to leave you. I hope that's not the case for you. But if that is the case for you, then just recognize something better is coming. I feel like when one door closes, another door opens. And a lot of times when you go through, that grass is much greener than the grass you were in. So hopefully that is helpful to you on some level. Okay, and then we have, well, I'll take that. Thank you. And we have a desk. Pay attention to your work. Absolutely, because it represents you. Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. It could be a trip, could be vacation, could be a walk down the aisle. And then we have the frying pan. Uh-oh, trouble or accusation. Okay, so this isn't going to happen for all of you, but just be ready, because you have this card right here. Remember what this is? This is standing your ground. So if you've got people accusing you, if they don't have evidence, well, don't give them any evidence, for one thing. But if they accuse you, you stand your ground. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, once again, please like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for spending so much time with me today. I hope you found this helpful. I read all your comments, so if you've got anything to share with me, please do. I do respond back. And until next time, take very good care of you. I hope you enjoy your journey this next week. Take care.